The July arena may be just about air-conditioned enough, but the same can't be said of many training venues located under narrow roofs underneath the scorching Nagoya sun. Kotozakura is keeping his bout count down to avoid the prospect of heat stroke, with temperatures hitting mid-30s even in mid-mornings. His father, Coach Sadogatake, said, "First of all, he must beat the heat." Zakura went 9-3 yesterday against colleague Kotoshoho and visiting Oho, then told the press, "I'm just approaching things as normal, but clearly, if I get my first title here, then the next step comes into view." And of course he refers again to the Yokozuna wish he wrote down for the Star Festival on Sunday. He's also wearing a protective sock over his left foot right now, claiming something has gotten cracked down there. But according to Nikkan Sports, his bout movement still seems okay. Sumo as a whole will have to reassess its relationship with the summer sun. Yesterday's amateur event in Saitama, for example, saw wrestlers and fans almost baked, with barely a thought given to extra shading or water supplies. Amateur outdoor tournaments may have to be moved inside, as may professional training sessions. "This summer heat is crazy," tweeted the ex-Asashoryu upon watching Japan's latest weather forecasts. "And it's worse now than in his day, I vouch." His former stable welcomed the return of Asanoyama to the ring today. He fought 13 times against Asakoryu and the visiting Roga, who was also injured on the April tour, though clearly not to the same extent. "I'm fighting with all my might right now," the ex-Ozeki said. "It's too risky to fight on the retreat, so I'm putting everything into attack." Asanoyama is acutely aware that the cut on his eye might reopen during tournament action. "I'll just have to deal with that," he says. First, he'll be heading to other camps over the rest of this week. Also defiantly battling the sun is grafter Hiradoumi, who did a marathon 30 bouts today against colleagues Sadanomi and Myogiryu, and the guesting Fujishima pair of Bushozan and Fujiseun. He's apparently responding to his master's order to really impose yourself in training and show your opponents who is boss. And he was berated by that same coach today for struggling against Fujiseun. Like every fighter with real talent, he promptly corrected his stance. Onosato was back in action today after yesterday's homecoming title parade in front of 25,000 spectators. That's over 2/3 of his hometown, assuming they were all local. "It's been really moving to do all this on the very street where I used to hang out as a kid," was his message to that crowd, followed by, "I'd appreciate your support this month as I go for the title again." The bold-speaking fighter returned from Tsubatamachi at 11 p.m. last night, went out like a light in an exhausted state, then got straight up for training to beat Shirokuma 7-4. Hakuoho was covered by Sankei Sports as he faced Atamifuji and Nishikifuji at Camp Isegahama this morning. "I've recovered my fighting weight, my condition is okay, and I've been able to get some good training done," is his current assessment. "I still fondly recall this time last year when I made everyone remember my name," he added. "I hope I can at least vie for second-tier honours this time." His Johoku High and stable senior, Takerufuji, still can't fight practice bouts, but insists he's preparing to enter this time. He's currently charging and foot sliding with the aid of an ankle supporter. It's well over 3 months since he twisted it now. "Emotionally, I just keep pretty stable and focus on the tasks ahead, he assures us. Off the dohyo, it has been mooted that Isegahama Stable's Enho could still qualify for Elder Stock despite failing to fulfill the career conditions by a single tournament. 2 existing coaches received special dispensation. Tabloid News Post 7 points out, were Enho to get the stockholder's permission and the assent of his master, he could submit a stock request to the Sumo board. But the chances of the board accepting it must be pretty slim, given his stable and stable group's relative weakness. Elsewhere, Endo, we understand yesterday, did 14 bouts with colleagues Daisho and Tobizaru, showing no signs of slowing down with age. Quizzed about his hometown of Anamizumachi, in which people still live in sheltered housing half a year on from the quake, he said, "Look, 6 months have passed, so it's no longer the case I'm obsessively thinking of cheering those folk up. Though I wouldn't mind if it looks that way. I'm simply setting myself up to fight well for 15 days. The process is the same, whether in the first division or second." That said, his hometown supporters club has seen an upsurge in interest based on his sparkling recent form. Finally, new recruits Kawabuchi and Ishizaki have passed their medicals. "Finally, it feels like I'm through the pro sumo door," said Kawabuchi today, who will debut under his first name of Kazuma as his brother of Shikodoyama stable fights under the family name. The ex-world junior heavyweight champion and holder of 4 other high school titles told reporters this afternoon, "I chose to join Kisei stable as so many of my university seniors are here and I want to learn directly from them. It's full of decent sparring partners. There are loads of things to do here and lots of ropes to learn, so I haven't been eating as normal and that's why my weight is down by 5 kilos. But I'll soon be eating properly again and getting back up to the 200 kilo mark. I was up to 220 at one stage last year." Ryoma Ishizaki, meanwhile, once of Nihon Sports Science Uni, said, "When I see how well my ex-teammates have done, I just don't want to have regrets. And my brother's a key inspiration too. I just have to try and emulate him."